All right, we are green. Brothers and sisters, welcome to the party. The nightmare is only getting worse for gun controllers living inside the left. The left itself, it's a beautiful day because, as I'm sure you are all aware, Dan Bongino now completes the trifecta of terror for the left with Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and now Dan Bongino in the Deputy Director of the FBI position. As you guys get in here, make sure you tell me audio, video is good. And if you are new, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on because we are in the business of spreading freedom to and fro in this incredible nation. And thank you in advance for that consideration. All right, guys, so as we get into this and you're watching this on the playback, what we're about to talk about is Dan Bongino getting put into the spot of FBI Deputy Director. Now, I'm going to lay this out while you guys are filtering in here, but understand, you're talking about a Pam Bondi as AG running the Department of Justice. You've got a Kash Patel who is working underneath Pam Bondi as the director of the FBI and also has a little sidecar action with the ATF directorship. And now you've got Dan Bongino underneath Kash Patel as the FBI Deputy Director. Guys, what I'm about to show you with his two-way bona fide, some of the things that he said, and also the left's reaction to this, oh man, make sure you send this out. You guys are going to love every second of it. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you tell me audio and video is good because we have got a party. Oh, it's going to be a thing. All right, let me get right into this. So as you guys can see, all of the stuff that we're about to cover is from my X profile, at BradenLOA. Make sure you guys follow me there because it is an interaction and I get to actually talk directly to you guys and I love doing that. It's so much fun, so check it out. That's where all of the stuff is sourced as of this video. Okay, so the first thing that I think we should bring into is a comedian who just posted something that I think all of us can feel pretty good about. This is a conservative comedian. Listen to what he said about the news that Dan Bongino gets deputy directorship of the FBI. Listen to this.
Yo, it's finna get real. Let's go. Yo, it is about to get really, really real. If you thought it was real, no, it's about to get really real. Dan Bongino, as deputy director of the FBI, Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. I wouldn't want to be the deep state right now. I would not. I ain't committing nobody's crimes. I'm not committing one crime. I'm not. I'm not throwing no can on the ground.
All right, you get it. And then my personal favorite meme that I've seen circulating is this right here with Kash Patel and Dan Bongino's eyes with FAFO. It's the greatest thing. All right, guys, welcome into the party. If you guys are just now getting in here, let me show you how the left is reacting, and then I'll show you the two-way bona fides, which are so important for us. All right, so Republicans against Trump. It's going well for them over there. Breaking. Donald Trump just named far-right MAGA podcaster Dan Bongino, a notorious conspiracy theorist who promoted the lie that the 2020 election was stolen, to serve as deputy director of the FBI. Best part? God help us all. Yeah, about that. All right, let's keep going. Let's see how everyone else is doing. Time magazine. Trump taps Dan Bongino, Secret Service agent turned MAGA pundit for FBI deputy director. Okay, that's more confirmation. Hey, look, another Republicans against Trump. My God, we're so screwed. Yeah, that's kind of the point. And I sent a tweet to start, I sent out a post on my X profile today to start the day. Could you imagine being Adam Schiff right now? Oh, it's not a good look. It's not cute. Now, let's go into something that's right up our alley, the 2A space. So this is from an account called Dr. Naperville and Bunny. Dan Bongino named deputy director of the ATF. Well, it's actually of the FBI. That's actually not correct. But let me show you this right here. Let me get this and show you some of the quotes he said around the Second Amendment. And you guys tell me if this is good, bad, or indifferent. Quote, again, all these are from Dan Bongino. There is no such thing as gun control, only people control. That checks out. The Second Amendment was not a suggestion. Checks out. The Second Amendment is a failsafe woven into the fabric of our Constitution that ensures the God-given rights and freedoms upon which the country was built. Another quote. The arguments for restricting our Second Amendment rights on the grounds of public safety seem fraudulent at best. Perhaps the goal isn't to eliminate guns, but is instead a pathway by which to silence the voices of freedom. Okay, Sounds pretty strong. And to wrap this up, quote, I believe that the Second Amendment is crystal clear. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, if you stack all those quotes right there from Dan Bongino, who is now the deputy director of the FBI, he's accepted the position, it's official, and no confirmation has to happen because it's the deputy directorship position. You got that guy. You got Kash Patel, which we covered last night in some of his GOA commentary at Goals, or Second Amendment commentary at the GOA event Goals, where he basically said they're eroding our rights step by step and you got to stop it. And now you got Pam Bondi firing the lead attorney for ATF. Guys, it's not a good day to be a gun controller, but now let's go to something else that I want to show you. Amazing how these headlines leave out former Secret Service and local LEO. Yeah, well, that's because they have to go to his social media presence because that's where the inflammatory stuff is for them, right? I'm going to play this clip, cut it in half for you guys, for something that Aiden Johnson, who works for the GOA, posted. Listen to this, what Dan Bongino said about the illicit registry for the ATF. Listen to this.
Washington Times. GOP lawmaker calls on ATF to explain video of agents asking firearm owners for gun serial numbers. Thank you. The rep, hat tip, round of applause for him, is Matt Rosendale from Montana. Good job, Matt. Yes, deserves a round of applause. He better start asking questions here. So this guy, Aiden Johnson, who's the director of federal affairs for Gun Owners of America, said that the incident shows how, listen to his words very closely, the federal background check system has been abused and turned into a de facto registry.
Okay, we're going to hold that for a second. The guy second in command to the FBI just said that GOA is right in the fact that the ATF 4473s have been turned into an illegal, illicit registry. Guys, I'm liking where this is going. Let's keep going, though.
You know, I would say it's entirely inappropriate for the government to be checking in on what a law-abiding citizen owns. You know, what lawfully purchased firearms he has purchased. The background check system has been turned into a de facto registry, allowing the federal government to check up on who owns what firearms because of ATF unlawful actions. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
By the way, the audio is from his side, not my side. That's the way it's coming through. He's agreeing with this, guys. You now have Kash Patel, you have Pam Bondi, and you have Dan Bongino in the very positions that actually have to do with this very registry that they say doesn't exist. Openly talking about it, openly acknowledging it, openly confirming that it needs to go away. Guys, this is a really big deal. Make sure you're sending and spreading this stuff out because it's all breaking at Mach 4, and that's why we're covering it in a live right now. Let's keep going. We got more.
Those records should be expunged immediately. You pass the background check. There is no reason anybody should have to keep that. None. It is being used as a list. Now do you understand why they want universal background checks? I've explained it 1,000 times. I'm going to explain it again before I get to the second screenshot. If you have a firearm now and you give it away to a legally able person to own a firearm, like your son or your daughter, you're getting old, you don't want it in the house anymore. When the ATF knocks on your door like they knocked on this guy's door, and they ask for a gun, you don't even have to answer the question. But if they forced you to or whatever, you'd say, hey, I gave the gun away. They want universal background checks because what's the follow-up question once they get it? Really? We don't have a record of that in the background check. You're under arrest. That's why.
Boom. This is the second in command to FBI. Kash Patel is echoing these same sentiments, and he also runs the ATF under acting directorship. Guys, this is a really big deal. The time to pour on the power and pour on the throttle is right now. They are listening to social media. They are listening to what we are saying. I'm telling you, the time to make what we want happen is right the freak now. You've got Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, and Pam Bondi, and they are going to work on the overreach of the federal government, particularly around our Second Amendment rights. This is the second in command of the FBI who is responsible for those background checks, and he's got a hand in it. And he's working for the guy who's running ATF. Guys, this is glorious. Let's continue. He's got a little bit more.
That's why. They want the list. They want to know where every gun is all the time. My gosh, I can't believe we got to keep talking about this. I wish more people would wake up to this in the moderate side of the GOP. You guys all get it, ladies.
All right, and I'm really glad he said that in this clip. How many times have we screamed this from the mountaintops that this is a very serious, very big problem? Dan Bongino is talking to a very large audience about this exact same thing, of which we are very, very fluent in. We've talked about it ad nauseum, but it's important to keep us going because the moderate portion of the GOP, which doesn't really look at this kind of stuff, is now going to be exposed to it through the people who are now in place at Trump's direction. Now, here's the next thing. I'm going to leave it here for 1 second because I think this is a very important piece. Just leave Kamala Harris there for you guys to vomit. I'm just kidding. By the way, she's the front runner for Democrats in 2028. Amazing. So here's the thing, and this is where we all tie this together. We are looking at a potential option, or a potential availability to make gun rights go further than they've ever gone before if you push this. If you continue to add fuel to the fire and you continue to give them reason to do these things, they will do them. It's obviously working. Continue to send this stuff out, share this stuff, be vocal, because the things that are happening are because of you guys. They're not because of some magical unicorn out in space. Now this comes to the next portion. We have to codify the actions that they are doing in federal law. If we do everything executive branch, exactly like Biden did for 4 years, and the left did for 4 years, the next time there's a Democrat president, they can come in and just rip it out by the root the exact same way we're ripping out everything of Biden, like the Office of Gun Violence Prevention in the White House. Same concept. We have to codify these things into law. Step 1, get these people in place, rip out the executive actions, and put some positive executive actions in place. Step 2, put pressure on our representatives because we have to codify these things so they can't rip them out. Incredibly important. Make sure you guys are sending this stuff out. Make sure you follow me on X at BradenLOA, and we are going to pass these rights on to the next generation. I hope you guys enjoy. It looks like notifications did not go out, so make sure you do the work for them at YouTube, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.